Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you all fine. And I hope you all had a great game week, guys. So, before we get started, I'd like to start with highlighting a comment by George Lyle, and it's great that George is here. He says, "Hi Wiz, looks like my suggestion to keep Lacazette worked for you." Well, that is exactly what I wanted to start the stream from today, George. So, I was in two minds. I was on the stream. I was thinking to take a -8 hit, and I was thinking to take out Salah, Lacazette, and Tony for Brosha, Ronaldo, and Son. And then it was like kind of the voice of reason or some things that just kind of, I was reading the comments, and George says I'd just do Salah to Son, and that was my initial move when I joined the stream. That was the initial plan, actually. So I thought, whenever I make decisions on the stream, they just never go well. And I listened, I read George's comment, and it just hit me that I just need to make this move. So a shout out to George, and thank you so much. And on top of, George missed the deadline due to game crashing, and I think he had a decent. I hope he had a decent week. But thank you so much to George for the suggestion. So this is a beautiful community, and I'm here not just to help you guys. Sometimes reading your comments, talking to you helps me as well. And on the back of this, game week or this comment, I got 62 points in game week 19 overall rank. I've jumped into the top 50k for the first time this season. I'm on 46k, so everything looking fine, guys. Don't mean to rub it in for anybody who kind of had a bad game week. I just wanted to tell you a small story about the community and the people who listen to the streams, guys. So thank you so much once again. FPL Jack says huge red arrow for me too. It's just, to be honest with you, I had a major fear of missing out of Ronaldo. I didn't have Ronaldo. I watched the entire game. Newcastle looked awesome. I mean, energetic, and I didn't see anything off the Gurgen press or anything from United. They had such a strong team out, Manchester United, but Ronaldo was frustrated. He was shouting at his own teammates and whatnot, guys. I don't know. Tashwat says, "Hey man, hey my friend, big up George," says Aaron. Lightra says Everton versus Newcastle. A doubt. Totally. We're gonna talk about that. That is the reason I actually went live like 2 or 3 minutes before the scheduled time, so that I could just talk about George and his contribution. George says somehow I ended up on 1 point more than if I didn't miss the deadline. He says, by the way, give yourself credit for making the right decision. Thank you so much, George. Thank you. And I'm happy that you had a decent game week in the end. FPL Sam says I got 63 with free hit. Well, got a huge green though. That's great. 63 points on free hit is great. I'm just so happy and so thankful that I had a decent game week. I had a major fear of missing out, my friend. So Shan says Bernardo plus Smith Rowe to Foden plus Bone. That every week, guys, we talk about Foden. Every week we talk about Bernardo. It's just so tough to predict who's going to start. The only two players which I can predict are going to start like most of the weeks, and even those players I cannot say are going to start this week are Bernardo Silva and Cancelo, because the turnover time is so less. We don't know what's going to happen. By the way, I haven't made my transfers yet, but not to panic anyone and not to take it too deep this time around. I just want to show you what is the plan, and I'm still kind of waiting for any news leaks, whatever happens, but I'm going to show you my plan so that I don't keep anybody waiting. So this is the plan, guys. I mean, Ramsdale is not playing, and Lacazette is also, obviously, Arsenal's game against Wolves got called off. So and Ramsdale also has like really tough fixtures coming up, and they blank in like 25 and 27. So the plan is to kind of take out Ramsdale and Lacazette. I really want to bring in kind of an Everton player, because Everton's fixtures look great in DCL, or maybe Pickford. But the thing is, I'm not sure if DCL is going to be how much DCL is going to be able to play as soon as he comes back from injury. And the gap between the two matches of Everton in game week 20 and 21 is not that much. So that's a little concern for me, and that is the reason currently of thinking of going with Antonio. So not to keep anybody waiting, guys, this is the current plan. Not sure if going to go through with these transfers. De Gea may become Pickford, Antonio may become DCL, but there's not a big sample size in strikers for me to choose. The dearth of strikers in FPL absolutely boggles me this season. But anyways, guys, just wanted to show you this so that, later on, we'll make our transfers this game week with at least like 15-20 minutes to go. No waiting until the end. Nothing doing, guys. Not gonna happen. So this is the plan, guys. If you had a look, I'll just take you back to the pick team page so you can see my current team, and at least you can see my captaincy, and I'll come back and read your comments. So Sean says Bernardo and Smith Rowe to Foden plus Bowen. I'm not sure about Foden. I don't know what's going on there. Pep is still punishing him. He did come on. Grealish didn't come on, by the way, so nobody knows what's gonna happen there. But I personally think Foden should start this game, especially with the small turnaround times. Ari says, hi Viz, Son or Cristiano captain. If you have Ronaldo, Ari, again, I think Salah is obviously the best captain option, but obviously so many of us have sold him, so we can't go there. So in my opinion, Ronaldo still looks like a good option if you have him, Although against Newcastle, they were atrocious United, but I think at home, Old Trafford, I think they're going to do better, and I think their manager is going to know more about the team, and it's going to, I think, just make them ready for the game. So I think Ronaldo. Aaron says United hadn't played a game for 2 weeks and weren't ready for the Newcastle game. Depressing to watch. But Aaron, did you see, Newcastle's squad was absolutely depleted. Callum Wilson went off with an injury. They were playing down to the bare bones, Newcastle. They didn't have a midfield practically. They had to play Joe Linton in midfield. That is the state of that Newcastle team. But they played with so much heart. It was crazy how Newcastle looked disappointed that they didn't win in the end. So I don't know. It's just weird, honestly. FPL Knight says, hi Viz. Hey FPL Knights, I hope you're fine. Johan says, is Harry Kane a good option? I think so. Harry Kane is a good option. I think under Conte, the Spurs are beginning to play well, and definitely Harry Kane seems like a good option, FPL Jack says, Son captain. Yeah, for me, I personally, I think Son is going to be my captain, At least that is what I'm thinking. I had Trent Alexander-Arnold on my mind and Jota and all these others, but personally I think I'm gonna be going because they don't have a keeper. Southampton, they're playing with an injured keeper, a makeshift keeper, a pretty makeshift defense at the moment. Lots of injuries as well. So I think especially with the keeper, Tottenham can definitely put a couple past them. Choplin says, the Palace team leaked. Don't know if it is true. By the way, guys, before we go forward and answer your questions, I'd like to tell you I've had a couple of team leaks about Crystal Palace. Thank you so much for Choplin for reminding me. So I've had a team leak for Palace from a couple of different sources on Twitter. It's not sure how reliable they are, but some journalists are reporting that there is a new kind of problem with COVID in the camp of Crystal Palace, and the rumors are that it might be Conor Gallagher. So I know a lot of you own Gallagher, so you can kind of think of taking it with a pinch of salt and decide what to do about this. But in my opinion, Conor Gallagher, with the rumors circulating. No. So on Twitter, a couple of leaked team news kind of says that Conor Gallagher has COVID. So just take it with a pinch of salt and decide what you want to do accordingly, guys. Prajwal says, best captain pick among Son, Trent, Salah. Salah, bro. If you have Salah, we don't discuss any other options. That is just a given. You have Salah, you captain Salah. He is the Egyptian king, he's blanked in 2 game weeks out of 18. How can we not captain Salah if we own him? Aaron says, Viz, can you please look at the crystal ball and tell me Foden starts? The crystal ball has not been working really for Manchester City, you know, because Pep has been down to his ruler again and, you know, racking our brains. Just let me check my notes and hopefully I can come up with something which is useful for you. But on Twitter, they do these threads in which they tell fans to vote and stuff. So I looked through that as well. There was Foden in a lot of those teams, so hoping for the best. Let me see what my notes say, by the way. Just give me a second here. So according to my notes, I think Foden has a chance of starting. According to the notes which I've made. Actually, according to the notes which I've made, I've written that Bernardo Silva has a chance to miss out. You know, I don't know. This is just my notes. I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys. All right. I mean, just this is what I've you know, I've done my due research and I come up with this. So take it whichever way you want to. So in my opinion, Foden starts. Sashwat says Laka and Ramsdale to De Gea and DCL for a hit. Again, Sashwat, you are in the same boat as I am. Look here, the transfers which I showed you, which I've planned, I was planning for the same transfers actually. I'm confused whether to go with DCL or to go with Antonio. Problem of going with DCL is that, you know, he is coming back from a long injury layoff. We don't know how sharp he is. We don't know how fit he is. Will he be able to play all the games? You know, will Everton want to risk him again, like, you know, in a span of 3 days? Will they want to risk him again, especially because he's coming back from a long injury? So DCL is fit again. That doesn't mean he's starting all the games. You know, they might want to slowly incorporate him, especially because the fixtures are easy. So, you know, I'm not sure. That is the reason I currently am thinking of going with Antonio, you know. But you can give me your logic and we can definitely reconsider. But in my opinion, personally I'm thinking of going with De Gea and Antonio. FPL Knight says Son, Jota or Ronaldo for captaincy. Firmino back makes me move away from Jota. Ronaldo looks shit currently. Son. To be honest with you, I think they're all good captaincy options. There's nothing bad. I think Jota is gonna be fine. You know, they've had their rest. Firmino's coming back from an injury, so I think Jota should be fine. Let me check my notes again. Let me let you know what I've written in my notes, by the way, and they're not always correct. I'm gonna tell you beforehand, guys. So yeah, in my notes I've written I expect Jota to start. Yeah, I've written yeah, Jota to start. So yeah, let's go ahead. Prajwal says best captain among Son, Trent, Salah. I already answered that. Salah, no doubts there, bro. KDB or Son for captain. The problem with, you know, I think KDB is a great captaincy option. Problem is, you know, he just looked ginger, like kind of, he looked tired in that game against Leicester, you know, and not sure if he's going to be starting again or coming off from the bench. I think the thing with Son is at least he is nailed on. You know, he's starting all the games for Spurs, no matter what happens, especially in the Premier League. So if you want to if you are like willing to take a bit of a risk on KDB, I think he's the more like explosive, especially with Manchester City scoring lots of goals again. Son, I think, is a more safe kind of pick. Jackson says, hello mate, what are your transfers? Jackson, I've not made my transfers. I'm not gonna leave them as late as last week, but I'm still not made my transfers. But this is the current plan, so you can have a look. Refusion says, what changes did you make? You can have a look, Refusion. I haven't made them yet, but I will. I hope the crystal ball is fully vaccinated. Yep, fully vaccinated and you know, quarantined, stored away safely. Nobody's touching my Othung stone. Abhijit says, is DCL starting? Already answered that. Usman says, do you think Cavani will play because Bruno isn't playing and he's been suspended? I think Cavani is not a natural replacement for Bruno. Bruno basically plays like a number 10. You know, I think they might change the system a bit. They might tweak it. You know, maybe they'll finally give Van de Beek his chance. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but if Cavani starts, they're gonna have to put Cavani as well as Ronaldo up front. I don't think Cavani can play on the wing. I don't think Ronaldo can either. Especially with the Guggen press, they can't have two 33 years old not pressing and standing around. So, in my opinion, Cavani might come off the bench. Not sure. Honestly, not sure. If Bruno was not suspended, I might think he might have been tempted to rest Ronaldo, because the game is after like 48 hours. But have you considered Gray? I have considered Demarai Gray. The problem is Demarai Gray plays for Everton, and Everton has a game against. And one more thing which puts me off DCL, by the way, guys, is that Everton have a game against Newcastle. Yesterday after the game, Eddie Howe says we're threadbare, down to bare bones in terms of our squad depth. They had 2 goalkeepers on their bench. I mean, can you believe it? 2 goalkeepers on their bench, Newcastle. So any more injuries or any more COVID cases, and the game against Everton might well be postponed, and that is the reason why I also I don't think I'm going to be going for DCL. FPL Sam says -4 with no goalkeeper, Sakalak out for Sonny and Brosha. Let's go. You already done that, FPL Sam. Interesting. Honestly, the reason why I'm moving on Ramsdale is because Arsenal's fixture. Here, let me show you. Arsenal's fixtures are not the best, even though he doesn't have a fixture this game week. I could easily keep him, because the ceiling of a goalkeeper is not that high anyway. But the thing is, he's got Manchester City and Tottenham here. It's not the best fixture to kind of keep him for, and I expect Arsenal to concede in both these games. Especially Manchester City. So, and after that, they have a blank in 25. They have a blank in 27 due to the EFL Cup. So it just doesn't, in my opinion, make sense to keep Aaron Ramsdale, especially when I can transfer him out for a -2 point hit. Why I say -2 is because he doesn't have a game. So essentially, it makes a -4 point hit into a -2 point hit. Anna says, should I use my wildcard this game week? If you have your wildcard, my friend, I think this is the last game week when you'll be allowed to play it, I think. If I'm not wrong. If you have your first wild, I think your first wildcard already expired, right? It's game week 20. I think so. But, I never even thought about the wildcard, just, done and dusted in game week 8, but if you have your wildcard 1, I'm not sure, guys, just let me know, just shed some light on that, because I haven't even thought about that. Prajwal says, hi Wiz, lots of love from Nepal, thanks a lot for helping us in Fantasy World. Will Silva Mahrez start? Thank you so much for the kind message, Prajwal. Honestly, again, Manchester City is just a roll of the dice. In my opinion, if you ask me, the notes which I've made, I've written that Gabriel Jesus is primed to start. But again, I keep repeating again, guys, it's just predictions. Nobody can say what Pep is gonna do. This guy is absolutely, because you see, if Sterling wants to start, Foden's gonna start, Jesus is gonna start. Manchester City, there's a latest tweet by City Extra on Twitter. They say Manchester City have said Joao Cancelo and Zinchenko are available for tomorrow's game versus Brentford. So even if they didn't train, it's through a journalist. Let me share with you this tweet in the chat, so at least you'll know. So this is the tweet. They said Joao Cancelo and Zinchenko are available for tomorrow's game versus Brentford. So that's something to go on. Smelly Web says, smash that like button. Thank you so much, my friend. By the way, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, I'm thinking about engaging more with the members of the channel. So guys, if you would like to become a member, just click that join button and you can become a member of the FPL Visit channel for the price of a coffee. And if you become a member, I possibly am going to start a Twitter kind of private chat group for just the members of the channel. In addition, if you want to talk about FPL more, we have a Discord group which is free to join for everybody. You can definitely join that as well. So please do consider becoming a member of the channel if you kind of can spare. FPL Night says, any news about Newcastle? I already said that. I talked about that. FPL Nights. Newcastle are down to bare bones. A couple of more cases, a couple of more injuries. Callum Wilson got injured. Alan St. Maxima got injured. Cher was holding his hamstring right at the end. Honestly, it's close. I think the game should go ahead if they don't have any more injuries, but 1 or 2 more cases or injuries, it could. Who knows what's gonna happen? Michael says, would you take a -4 to get Son in? In place of who, Michael? Yeah, that would be an important question. Abhijit says, would you take out Foster or someone else this week for a -4? I think I would. You know, if you want to have two playing keepers. By the way, guys, if you're making a goalkeeper transfer, remember whether you want to transfer out Ramsdale or you want to transfer out your non-playing goalkeeper totally depends on whether you want to bench boost in game week 22 or not. Game week 22 is going to be a big double game week. Let me show you here, as Ben Krillin posted on Twitter. So you can see here, game week 22 is going to be a big double game week in which like Leicester, Burnley, Watford, United, Brentford, Everton, Tottenham, Brighton, Liverpool all are expected to have double game weeks. So you could think about bench boosting as well. So which goalkeeper you want to transfer out this week also depends on the fact whether you want to bench boost in 22. You could have two playing goalkeepers, play your bench boost, and then move on your one of the playing goalkeepers as well. So that is also a part of the strategy. Think about it. -4 to get Bowen. In place of who? Guys, if you ask me a question, it's always better to tell me like which player would you want to get in place of who. For example, if you want to get Jared Bowen in, or would you want to get Son in, do tell me in place of which player. It's much more easier for me to answer that. FPL Sam says already confirmed the transfers. Want to do Ramsdale to De Gea. Don't want a -8. See again, FPL Sam, I'm already saying that -8 it's just a -2 from Ramsdale to De Gea, and if De Gea keeps a clean sheet, I think it's your hit will be justified. If he doesn't, you get 2 points, which is still better than a 0-pointer, and you have a playing keeper for the doubles as well as the blanks. So it's up to you. You have to kind of decide what you want to do with your team. Paz says Rafinha to Gallagher and Watkins to Antonio. Gallagher is rumored to have COVID, so not sure what's going on there with kind of Gallagher. But on Twitter, there's lots of rumors that he has COVID. Watkins to Antonio, if you want to do, that's fine. Do you recommend anything else for Rafinha and Watkins? I mean, you could. This game week is a big problem because Arsenal and Arsenal are blanking. But in my opinion, there are not many good options in that price range. Demarai Gray seems like a great option, but the problem is again afraid of the Everton blanks, or thinking about the game against Newcastle, which I just discussed. Saptar says, got your info from a friend. Listening for 10 minutes makes me feel great about subscribing. Will a midfield of Son, Sterling, Salah work well, assuming all three start? Thank you so much, Saptar. I really appreciate it, bro. So basically, you got a midfield of Son, Sterling, and Salah. I mean, that is fantastic. I think they should all start. They look primed to start for this game week, and I think for this game week it should work well. And after this game week, you can easily move on Salah and just spread the funds around. Looks great to me. And Captain Salah, I'd assume. Michael says I would be taking out Rafinha and Laka to do so. Doesn't look like a bad transfer to make, honestly, Michael. I think that looks good to me. FPL Light says option 1 Laka to DCL this week for a -4 with Dello in the bench. Get a Spurs centre back for Livra. Spurs centre back. I think if you want to get a defender from Spurs, I think Reguilon is the one to go for. Looks really, really good, especially in attack. Laka to Watkins next week and a Spurs centre back. Laka to Antonio for a -4. I like the third option the best. FPL Lights. Abhijit says Cornet and James out for Son and Reguilon. Cornet and James. Yeah, that looks fine. James, Reece James. James has a good fixture this game week. Is a problem. Cornet is due to come back and has got lots of double game weeks coming up as well. But I think Son and Reguilon, if you can take out some other defender and keep James, because James has a double game week as well in game week 22. Cornet is fine to Son, and maybe if you can take out some other defender, I'd be more happy with that. FPL Light says, who is the best centre back option to go for Spurs? I was thinking about Davies, but he got benched. Dyer, Sanchez, or still Davies? I think Dyer. If you want to go with the safe option, I think Dyer is the safest. But if given the option, I'd go with Reguilon totally. Achutan says, "Hi Viz, I want to sell Saka but nothing in the bank. Also have 2 free transfers. My team is De Gea, Gaeta, Target, Trent, Cancelo, James, Tierney, Salah, Mount, Bernardo, Grace, Saka." Oh, you've got a good team for this game week at least. Antonio, Watkins, Dennis. If I was you, I'd possibly, think about, you want to get rid of Saka, right? Don't see what you can do. Can you get Jota? Somehow, if you can sell Dennis to Brosha and get Jota in place of Saka somehow, but you have nothing in the bank, right? No, that's not gonna happen. No, it's difficult to call, my friend. You just the funds are so spread around, but if you can get Jota, I'd be really happy with that. Does Chelsea have a double in game week 22 or 21? Chelsea might have a double in 20. If you see here, Chelsea might have a double in 22. They don't have any chance of a double in 21. So Chelsea will have only one double game week, and that is also in the probable range. That is not the likeliest, but it is like 60 to 80% according to Ben Crillon. So we just and it's not the best. I mean, this against Manchester City, Arsenal, Brighton, not the best games, but still, you should keep your Chelsea defender. I mean, seeing what Reece James did against Arsenal the last time they played them. So yeah, let's move on, guys. Want to go for DCL? Any updates on the Newcastle? We won't get any updates before the deadline, guys. Honestly, I'm telling you, we won't get any updates. So make your decisions. Oh, here. Give me a second, guys. I think we have some news on. If we want to stay in the Premier League, games like today are a must-win. Palace will be without Zaha, Eze, Olise, and Benteke. Okay, so we already know that Zaha has been red carded. Eze is injured. Olise again injured. Benteke. Palace will be without Benteke as well. And add Gaeta, Milivojevic, and Gallagher. Guys, so 7 players confirmed by a journalist, Jack Reeve. I'm retweeting the tweet. If you want, you can kind of watch on Twitter. But he says Gaeta, Milivojevic, and Gallagher are not going to be playing this game week, possibly due to COVID. So I think it's pretty much confirmed that Gallagher is going to be out. Take that how as you want to, but lots of tweets now, guys. I think I would trust that. Best replacement for Ramsdale. All right. So this is again a question which actually relates to my own team. So let's go to Fantasy Football Fix. And let's predicted points. Let's look at predicted points. Let's see what AI says. Game week 20 to 25. All players, goalkeeper. So which goalkeeper has the best possibility to score? The best point from game week 20 to game week 25. So for the next 5-6 game weeks, let's assume, right? Because after that we're gonna have to change, because let's say 27. I think 27 will be better. So Ederson, De Gea. So the second one which comes up is De Gea, and third one is Lloris. The fourth one is Sa and Pickford. So Pickford and De Gea, there's not much difference. The predicted points are just a rough estimate, and this is from Fantasy Football Fix. So you can have a look. Allison again 29. I think De Gea or Pickford seem to be the better options at this moment in time. You could think about Fabianski as well, given that he's got double game week to come, but so does De Gea and Pickford. So in my opinion, we choose between De Gea, Pickford, and Fabianski. Mostly just Pickford or Lloris as well, but Lloris is a little bit more expensive. It's 5.4, and I don't know if you want to give a Spurs spot to a goalkeeper when you can own somebody like Reguilon, Kane, Son, Lucas Moura. So yeah. So according to Fantasy Football Fix, let's reduce the game week to 25, and let's see what it says. See, Lloris is ahead of De Gea just on the basis of up till game week 25. But Lloris blanks in 2025 due to the Carabao Cup. So anyways, I think De Gea, Pickford, Lloris, good options. Fabianski as well. They're all good options, guys. So hopefully this helped you, helped me as well, because I have to select a keeper as well. Come back and answer your questions again. Ooh. I'll probably go Ramsdale to David De Gea. Just wondering if Gallagher to Moura is worth it. Got no bench. The problem with Gallagher to Moura is I'm not sure if Moura is nailed on. They've got Bergwijn, Dele Alli, and Moura to play in the same spot. That is the issue. But the way he played, he got 2 assists, scored a goal. I don't think he should be dropped. But based on the turnover time between the games, might be taken off at 60 or something like that. So that is the only concern I have. Otherwise, I think Moura is a good option. Trent or Cancelo captain. Out of those two, I'd say Trent. I'm playing without keeper for the last 3 games. Well, Jug, so unfortunate, bro. I don't know what else to say. Gaita was playing all the games, and suddenly out of the this COVID hits and all the match suspensions, and then Gaita's not playing anymore. Roshan says, can we use both free hit after the 21st week also, or one will get damaged after this week? No. You can use your free hit. You can use both the free hits until the end of the season. It's not like they had given you one free hit until game week 19. So don't worry, you don't have to use your free hit. Just keep it and use it when you feel is the right time to use it. Should I do Emil Smith Rowe to Gray? If you want to, you can do it. Ashish. The thing is, I'm just a little bit concerned about Everton's game going ahead. You will play this game week without Salah, says Ahmed. Unfortunately, I will, bro. Unfortunately, I could do Son to Salah, but it's just fear of missing out. Sometimes when you make decisions, you stand by the decisions which you kind of make, right? So. I don't know, just thinking about it. One more thing which I'm telling you guys, remember this. So if you're basically thinking about bench boosting in 22, bench boost is the kind of chip you want to get rid of, because bench boost is the kind of chip which you want to use before using your second wildcard. Because essentially when you use bench boost, you spread your funds around between 15 players and not just 11 good players. You want to use your wildcard after you play your bench boost. So what you potentially should do and can do if you're transferring out a goalkeeper is that, let me just show you here. So what you should do, alright, so what you can do is, like, if I want to keep Ramsdale, if I want to bench boost in 22 when Ramsdale is going to have a double game week and David De Gea is going to have a double game week, I could just put David De Gea and Ramsdale in the team, and after game week 22 I can just get rid of Aaron Ramsdale then, so that is also an option for anybody who's planning to play the bench boost, which I'm at the back of my mind. I'm also thinking about doing that, because guys, like, bench boost is a chip which is a kind of a curse and like it's a bane and a blessing both at the same time. It's a good chip to use, don't get me wrong. Having like 15 players in a double game week, you can go up to 30 players with a bench boost, but you have to spread your funds around, and I always like to keep my wildcard after when I use my wildcard, not before my bench boost. I want to use my wildcard after my bench boost. Roshan says, thanks buddy, you're welcome my friend, you're always welcome. Why is Gaita not playing? I think he had some issues with, I think, injury or COVID. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to check. But I think the major concern is that he's not gonna be playing this game week. Let me just check it out for you in my notes as to combination of it. See, again, the manager said they had a few players missing because of injuries and COVID. So they hadn't specifically said why Gaita is not playing. So not gonna be able to shed more light on that. You will play this. I already answered that. I only have 10 playing players. Should I do Emil Smith Rowe to Gray? Again, if you want to do Demarai Gray, that is totally up to you. The thing is, Everton, I'm a little bit afraid of like the Everton game getting cancelled if Newcastle have more injuries or COVID related problems. They might make up some injuries the way their squad is depleted. Roshan says, I already answered that. Saptar says, thank you very much for the response. Below would be a decent team. De Gea, Alonso, Diaz, Maguire. I don't like Maguire. I think Delo is a better option, but yeah, Reguilon, Soucek, Jorginho. I mean, Soucek and Jorginho are like a differentials at this moment. Salah, Sterling, Son. For this game week, I think that's a pretty decent team, my friend. Nothing to change in my opinion. I mean, this is a bit of a differential team, not a template team, but looks good. Alazar says Ramsdale or Foster to De Gea with the possibility of bench boost. If you want to do bench boost, change Foster to De Gea. If you don't want to play bench boost, then Ramsdale. It's as simple as that. Should I use my wildcard if I still have it? You should. I think this is the last game week that you're going to be able to use your first wildcard, Anas. If you have your wildcard, use it, bro. Should I start Brandon Williams or Livramento? I'm not sure about the wildcard thing, guys. I've like not even considered my wildcard or whatnot, but you know, there must be some information about that somewhere on the website. Let me just guys, just check it out. I think you should play your wildcard if you have it, by the way. Bipin says, what are your transfer plans? Let me show you. So the transfer plans are this at the moment. I'm thinking whether I should kind of take Ramsdale to De Gea or Foster to De Gea, because I was thinking I should bench boost in 22, provided I can get to a decent team by then, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to. So the transfers in will be De Gea and Antonio. I think that's fixed. You know, I don't think I'm going to change that. Bipin says, what are you trying to answer that? Yeah, Yesus says, hello Paji. Hello Yesus. I hope you're fine, bro. Android says, who to cap, Son or Salah, Ronaldo? Salah, always Salah. If you have Salah, captain Salah. No questions asked. No holds barred. No strings attached. Nothing doing. Owned by M. Kane, good captain. If you have Salah, then Salah is better. If not, then Kane is fine, I think. Who to captain, Jota, Son, Ronaldo, Bon? I think Ronaldo and Son would be my first options. I'm a little bit afraid of Bowen getting some rest because he played in the EFL Cup game as well. So I'm a little bit concerned about Jared Bowen playing too many games. You know, David Moyes might want to, you know, give him a rest. Why not Sanchez instead of De Gea if you end up keeping Ramsdale? Sanchez is fine. You know, the thing is, it doesn't have good fixtures, Sanchez, and you know, just don't like because Manchester United fixtures, in my opinion, are really, really good. Hang on, let me show you. So if I get De Gea, I get him for such good fixtures: Burnley, Wolves, Aston Villa, along with the double game weeks, and then they've again got, you know, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds. These fixtures are absolutely gold mine. You know, if United can get their bearings, and I think De Gea can potentially keep like 5 clean sheets or 6 up till game week 27, especially given that they can have 2 double game weeks and 2 fixtures to kind of adjust, you know. So currently though, I'm just on thinking of just Ramsdale to De Gea and not overcomplicating things, you know, especially if I want to bring in Ronaldo or think about Ronaldo after this game week. Alright, Lee Fisher says, is Salah playing today? Yes, he is. He has the last match of the day. Desmond says, hi, is Bernardo or Foden or Martinelli to Jota for long term, please? I think Martinelli to Jota. Humayun says, Antonio, Bowen, King, Gallagher, who to bench? Gallagher is not playing, he has COVID. Qatar says, Salah versus Leicester, Son versus Southampton, Sterling versus Brentford. Totally, bro, if you have Salah, I'm not saying this because I don't have Salah and I fear missing out, but Salah is the best captaincy option. That is absolutely what I feel. If I had Salah and I had Son and I had Sterling, I would captain Salah. Gallagher to Bowen or Maddison. If you can go to Maddison, that's not a bad option. To be honest with you, Bowen and Maddison are the 2 players which you should be owning in the coming game weeks. So guys, let me tell you, I don't want to make early transfer plans. I never do. But next week, what I plan to do is, you know, if I make these transfers, I'll have 3.3 million in the bank. I think of transferring out Dennis and Saka. I mean, I might even keep Dennis if I don't want to take a hit. You know, depends on what team I want. But next week, I'm thinking of getting Maddison in place of Saka. You know, given everything else remains same, there are no postponements and other stuff. Next game week, I'm planning to get Maddison in place of Bukayo Saka. So that is the plan. They've got doubles. He's got Norwich this game week and Burnley, and they also have double game weeks. So next game week, I think potentially Saka's got to go for James Maddison, unless some injury happens or some crazy carnage in the FPL community that's been going around. But that is for the future, guys. This game week, this is the plan. And by the way, please don't leave your transfers late. We all got burned. A lot of people on the stream got burned due to late transfers. Go and make your transfers, guys. Babin says, sell Bilba to Bowen or Gray. Rumors of Bowen being benched. I wouldn't trust the rumors, but I think there is a chance. Is Gallagher out with COVID? There are a lot of journalists now tweeting that Gallagher is out, so I would assume he is out, guys. Rest, you take it with a pinch of salt. You know, I can only tell you what I'm reading. You know, so yeah, you can do. Connor, I'm not aware of any issues. Hang on, I'm on Twitter, by the way, guys. Just reading some news so I can give you some updates. Sorry if I sound a bit like disjointed. So here is, so add Gaita, Milivojevic and Gallagher to that list. Why Gallagher? He has COVID, bro. Benteke might be back, but we will not be weaker in any of the games. I don't know this how credible this journalist is Jack Reeve. He says BBC, Sky Sports views, 15,000 followers, but there's lots of rumors about Gallagher. See, guys, again, I can tell you the information. You have to make the decision. Are you not thinking of getting Salah back in after game week 25, bro? George says, I've got 7.8 to replace Gallagher. Got Gundogan and Bowen, Salah and Jota already. I'll risk playing 10 and save a free transfer. Not a bad option, George. I mean, you've got Salah and... I mean, if you want to replace Gallagher, you could do Maddison. You could easily get Maddison this game week because he's got good fixtures, and I think he's the player which everybody's going to target next week. So you could be a little bit more, up front and get Maddison. I'm going to get Maddison next game week, so you can think about that. Guys, when I came to the stream today, I never expected that many questions. The chat's going a lot faster than I expected it today. Pavan says, I'm taking out Tierney. Who would you bring in? Eric Dyer, Dillo or Lindelof? I wouldn't bring in Lindelof. Dillo would be my option. If you can get in Reguilon, that would be my best option. Should I start Brandon Williams or Livramento? To be honest with you, I'd start Livramento just because he has an attacking threat, because I expect both Norwich and Southampton to concede. So start the one which you think has the more attacking threat. Watkins to DCL, what would you say? It's alright if you want to do it. Again, the thing is, let me just make it easier for you guys. DCL. Let me just show you DCL here for a moment. By the way, I'm going to make my transfers very soon. Not going to leave it late. So you see he plays on 31st, and he plays on 2nd. I mean, so basically it's like 2 days between the fixtures. He's coming back from an injury. Not sure if they're going to be able to risk him for this game. And also, if they're winning easily against Newcastle, he might get taken off early. They're just my speculations, bro. But that is the reason I am not going for DCL. I'm so tempted to go for DCL, but I'm not because of this fact. Let's see what happens. Should I take out Foster? Which goalkeeper to buy? If you want to take out Foster, I think I already talked about goalkeepers. David De Gea, Lloris, Pickford, Fabianski, in that order. I'd say Lloris ahead of Pickford, but David De Gea, Lloris, Pickford and Fabianski. Will you bench boost in game? I don't think so, my friend. I'm not decided at the moment, but I don't think I will, because I don't think I'm gonna have a team strong enough to bench boost. But if I want to, I should actually get David De Gea in place of Foster. But if I do that, then it'll be a problem for me to get Ronaldo. So even if I bench boost, I think I might go without a keeper and just bench boost anyway. So let's see what happens there. Honestly, it's hard because I didn't decide early enough that I'm going to bench boost in 22. So there's also a possibility that I use my free hit in 22, and get just 11 good players and with double game weeks which have 22 fixtures. That is also a possibility. So I'm gonna think about that, but I don't want to rush into my transfers. Hopefully Ben Foster gonna come back and play some games for the double game week. Lee says, is it only 2 games off? Yeah, at this moment in time, only 2 games are off that we're aware of, my friend. Gaming says, best goalkeeper under 5 million. I think Pickford. Gaming Zone says best forward under 7.6 million. Brosha. I really like Brosha. Honestly, I think is a great option. Should I do Pickford and Antonio in for Gaeta and ESR? I'm personally going for De Gea, but Pickford is a good option. You know, they have some really good fixtures, so I wouldn't be against that move at all. Son or Jota captain? I'm going with Son, Will, but they're both good options. But personally, I'm just going with Son myself. I think, you know, Southampton don't have a good keeper. They're playing Willy Caballero as a makeshift goalkeeper, so I think Spurs are looking good under Conte. Gonna go with Son, I think. Mbumo to Gray or Ramsdale to De Gea. Both matches are 2 days away and Everton match may get postponed. I think Mbumo is injured, so he won't play anyway. Mbumo to Gray has more upside, but I think Ramsdale to De Gea is more safe because I think United game has more chance to go ahead as compared to Everton's. It's just speculation. Hey Zodiac, I hope you're fine, bro. Barry says Laka and Ben White out for Antonio and Reguilon. Good. I think that's a good move, Barry. Tierney replacements. Reguilon. I really like the look of Reguilon at this moment. You know, who else? Who else can we say? I don't like any defenders from West Ham. Neither do I like any. Delo could be an option as well. I think Delo. I guessed I missed your reply. I'm not sure. Should I have Watkins and Laka? What should I? I have Watkins and Laka. What should I think you should remove Lacazette. Keep Watkins. Junaid. Mbumo is injured. Blanco. Blankmo is injured, he says. Mbumo is crazy. Just hits the post all the time. Watkins and Laka. I think you should get rid of Lacazette to Antonio, I think. That's what I'm doing, at least. I'm just telling you guys. Again, I don't want to make transfers for anybody, guys. I just, you know, just trying to give you a reason, give you a second opinion about your own decisions. I'm not here to tell you to make your team more like my team. My team is not the best. I'm not the best FPL manager by any stretch of imagination, guys. So do what you please, guys. But just giving you my opinion. Lucas Moura for Bowen. See, the thing is, Bowen is a good option. He's got a double game week. I don't want to tell you to transfer him out. I don't know. Bowen to start? I don't know. Guys, I have no... In the predictions, I think... anyways, guys, I think we should all make our transfers. I don't want to delay them. So, Ramsdale and Lacazette. So, I think would not be playing the bench boost in 22. But let's see what happens. Ramsdale to De Gea, Lacazette to Antonio. I'm taking a -4 hit, by the way. So, these... Like, can you see my... Yeah, there you can see. So let me make my transfers first. I don't want to panic and then Todd tells me that you're turning into a tenor from the base. So let's do it, guys. Taking a hit, like crazy hits. I'm a conservative manager, but this season is crazy. So in comes Antonio for... I should think about these things beforehand. Now I've got a bit of an issue because... No, not like Ivan Toney is just gonna do anything against City, but Dennis. Yeah, I think Dennis is gonna play against West Ham United, especially in the conceding goals left, right, and center. Sorry guys, just give me a couple of minutes to set my team, and then I'll come back and answer your questions. I'm gonna be free mind and happily. Will Gehi play? He says. Raja says. I'll answer all your questions. Just give me a second. According to me, Gehi will not play. According to my notes. Okay, no more answers. Let me set my team quickly. Will Bowen start or do I bring it? I don't know about Bowen. Guys, I don't know any team news. I only know the team news which comes to me. Massive blow for the Blues. Oh, Ben Chilwell is gone for the season. Crazy. Ben Chilwell is gone for the season, guys. He's done his ACL, has had a surgery. But anyways, let me set my team. It's not the time to be talking about ACL injuries. So I've got James, Alonso, Kinsella, Alexander-Arnold, De Gea, Son, Bilva, Jota, Bowen. The team looks fine. Wouldn't change much. I mean, I've got a bench and that's pretty good. And should I refresh it? See if the servers have crashed again. Thankfully, the FPL gods have been kind. You know, even the last game week, the servers crashed when I was making my transfers. But somehow was able to kind of just wriggle through and make my transfers. So I was so lucky, guys. Many managers were not. So alright, this looks like to be my final team. I think so. Why is Chilwell out, says Zodiac? I think he's got an ACL. He's out for the season. A journalist just tweeted he's out for the season. Alright, guys, anyways, I'm gonna come back and answer your questions now. My team is fixed and I'm pretty happy that time to take out Tierney. I mean, you can keep him if you have like 11 playing players this game week. You can keep Tierney. I mean, he has a double game week. He has, but the thing is, he's got Manchester City next and got Tottenham, so won't be a bad time. That's good for Alonso. I don't think Alonso's going to be playing all the games. I think they're going to sign a new left back in January. It could be Luca Dean, on a loan, because Everton want to. Bro, sorry, Watkins and Laka. So Jackson, if I was you, I would take out Lacazette and keep Watkins. Whereas should I do Son for Foden or just pray the FPL god that Foden starts? That is such a difficult question, Aaron. But if I was you, I'd, Foden, he can bang this game week and he can get benched the next game week. Son is at least nailed on, I can tell you that much. Again, Prejwell, I don't know Bowen's going to start or not, bro. I have no more news. Dean would be an awesome rotation player for Chelsea. I agree with that. I mean, he's just wasted at Everton. They don't have a... I mean, DCL was injured for the entire season, so he had nobody to aim for. Achatan says Madison. If you can get Madison this game week, do it. Otherwise, go for next game week. Hi mate, thoughts on Ramsdale to De Gea -4. Brian, I think that's a good move. Khalid says forward replacements for Laka have Antonio and Dennis. 9.3 in the bank. There are no good forwards, unfortunately. You can just go with Brocha and save some money, or you can take out some money from somewhere else and go for Ronaldo. There are no good options in the forward category, unfortunately. Mbeumo out for Gray for a -4. See, it's a good move. I don't know about the match is 2 days away. Not sure if it's gonna go ahead or not. Like yesterday, Eddie Howe said that their match is like they're close to bare bones and close to the threshold for the amount of players. They had 2 goalkeepers on their bench. You can imagine how like threadbare they are at the moment. Are you going to bring in Reguilon? Shopnan, I think I will. I think I will bring him in for one of the Chelsea defenders. I don't like having a Chelsea double up, especially when they all when they keep conceding all the time. Is Lucas Moura a good option? I think he's a good option, Lucas Moura. I'm not sure if he's going to start all the games, but for the price and for the things that he offers, like goals, assists, let me just, do we have time? Let me just compare both of them for you. Ever since Conte came in, really quickly, guys, let me show you the context about Lucas Moura, why so many people are asking about Lucas Moura. I want to show you here. Sorry guys, I'm just wanted to show you this. So, if you're asking me any questions, I'm currently not looking at the screen. I'm trying to find out where Lucas Moura and Son are. So when did Antonio Conte join? I think it was somewhere around game week 10. Let's just make it 10. Who cares? So here's Lucas Moura and here is Heung-min Son. 43 points, 39 points, 698 minutes, 560 minutes. So Lucas Moura has scored similar points to Son ever since Antonio Conte has come in. Look at the heat map, touch map, much more central than Son. Son is taking corners, by the way, as you can see from the heat maps. Sean has taken 10 shots. Not Sean, Son. Son has taken 14 shots, Moura 10. Let's go down. Let's just go straight to 90 minutes comparison. Average stats per 90. Goals, Son more. Expected goals again, Son more shots. Son is taking a little bit more shots on target again. Goal assist. So basically, we can easily just make out from these stats that Lucas Moura is being more creative, more assists. And if you look at the numbers, Son has got 4 goals, Moura's got 2. But Moura's got 3 assists and Son has just got 1. So now you can decide what to do. I don't have much time to do detailed comparison, guys, so I'm going to come back to my team so you can have a look. By the way, I don't show you my team so that I want your team to look like my team, guys. Just I'm here to answer your questions as the best I can. Good 6 million option. I think I think Jared Bowen is good. You know, Madison is good as well. Under 6 million, I don't. Refusion says, Viz, I need you to answer me. Salah or Kane? Salah, bro. Salah, always. If you have Salah, then Captain Salah. Leicester are down to bare bones in terms of defense. I mean, Soyuncu is out, Evans is out, Ryan Bertrand is out. They're having to play Thomas. So Salah essentially plays against Thomas, Amarte, Westergaard, and Castagna, I think. If I was you, I would captain Salah. I wish I had him. I don't. Is taking a -4 for Ramsdale to De Gea worth it? I already took a -4 for Ramsdale to De Gea, so I definitely consider it to be worth, bro. Paul Trinity says, good luck, Wiz. Thank you so much, Paul, and I wish you the best of luck as well. Guys, make your transfers. Please do not delay. Don't you know what happened last game week? Come on, just make your transfers. I'm gonna be here. We can talk about, but at least set your teams. Please, you know. I don't want any more sad faces in the chat. Just hurry up and make your transfers. Clip says, what do you think about Reguilon? Is a good option. If you can get him, great. Surfer says, hi with Smith Rowe to Madison. Smith Rowe has been scoring regularly. Smith Rowe is a good option. In the upcoming weeks, I think Madison is a better option than Smith Rowe, especially because Smith Rowe's got difficult fixtures and Arsenal have some blanks upcoming, especially in game week 25 and 27. Make sure you lock your teams in case of another crash. Son or Ronaldo for captain. Todd, I think Ronaldo is the better option, honestly. Even though they were atrocious against Newcastle, I still think if you own Ronaldo, you have to captain him. You know, 12.5 million player at home to Burnley. I think we need to captain him. If he still doesn't do anything, then God knows when is he gonna deliver. So captain Ronaldo for me. Vice captain Son or Mahrez for captaincy. Son. I am not sure if Mahrez is gonna start. Guys, lock your teams, please. I implore you. Servers can crash. You know, people are. I don't know what to say. So guys, basically, you know, you can have a look at my team. Reguilon or Alonso to bench? This is such a tough question. I mean, how can you have such a good team that you have to bench one of these two? If you have James, I think play one Chelsea defender and play Reguilon. I don't know, Paul, this is such a tough question. If you tell me your entire team, it'd be easier for me to answer. Rafinha to Mora for a -8. Barry, you can do it if you want to. If you want, you can go for Bowen as well, Jared Bowen. Because I'm not sure of Mora. Again, the question is, the turnaround time between the two games was less. So Moura can start, Moura can't start. But again, the same is the case with Son and Kane and all the other players of Spurs. Like, how can we expect Son to start and then we say Moura is going to get rested? Doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, Moura is a decent option. Yes. It's just my opinion, guys. I don't have any other information. Shopman says, good luck, guys. Thank you so much, Shopman. Good luck to you as well, bro. 5 minutes to go to the deadline. If you haven't already, please lock your teams. I think I need, you know, what a shout out this is. Let's massive blow for the Blues. No, that's already. I'm just on Twitter, by the way, just reading any news, any updates I can give you, which can really help you, rather than giving you my own opinions on your teams. That'll, you know, that I've already said, which I took the most. No more news. I think we're done for the news. I think Gallagher with COVID is the biggest news we could have, and Gaita not starting. Any Spurs news? No Spurs news, bro. Not at the moment. Thoughts on Trent Alexander-Arnold, captain? I think it's a good punt. I think Leicester can score against. If Virgil van Dijk is back, then I think Liverpool can potentially keep a clean sheet. But I think Leicester scored against City. They looked good attacking-wise against City. Brownhill. What do you mean Brownhill? Brownhill. What about Brownhill? I'm not even sure if he's been starting all the games. Any confirmed news on the lineup? We only have a confirmed news, not confirmed, but a leaked news about Crystal Palace. I don't think that'll help you too much. Hopefully that Spurs team is just bollocks. Whoa. Somebody leaking the Spurs team. Who's my vice captain? Trent. At least he'll start. Just give me a second. I don't know for sure. Markets are moving. He may be out. Conor Gallagher. The only thing is Conor Gallagher. All over the place, there's just rumors about Conor Gallagher. I don't have any other news, guys. Sorry. I'm on Twitter. I'm checking, but I don't have any more news. Let's 4.5 below mid Brownhill. Yeah, 4.3 million Brownhill is fine, I think. Walker to Reguilon or Alonso? Reguilon. Because Alonso will have blanks, 2 blanks after game week 22. You're better off with Reguilon. Son seems a good captaincy option, bhai. Yeah, my friend. I'm totally with Son because I don't have Ronaldo or Salah, so I'm totally with Son. I'm gonna stick with Son. I need to answer Paul's question real quick. Trent, Cancelo, Alonso, James, Reguilon. So, Mount, Salah, Jota, Bilva, Foden. You got Bilva and Foden. Dennis, King, Watkins. What was the question again? Reguilon or Alonso to bench? Oh. You're playing both Dennis and King, are you? Because Watkins is not playing and who else is not playing? And Mount, Salah, Jota, Bilva, Foden. I'd bench Alonso if you have James. Bench Alonso. I think Brighton is a better team than Southampton at the moment. Yeah, bench Alonso, I think. But just such a tough question, Paul. I don't think... Should I sell Gallagher for a -4? If you want to. Guys, lock your teams last minute. I'm saying again and again, please, just lock your teams. 1 minute to deadline, guys. Lock your team. Son is a good option. I agree with you, Son. 2 minutes to deadline, says as such. FPL Jack says Ronaldo captain logged. Nice. How is Southampton defense? Not that good. Todd says thanks, Wiz. You're welcome, Todd. Hopefully everybody's got their team sorted this time. No sad faces, please. By the way, guys, Paul says thank you, Wiz. Appreciate it. You're welcome, Paul. I'm sorry if I was not able to give you a more coherent answer, but I was just, it was close to deadline and hard for the brain to process the questions. By the way, guys, if you would like to kind of support the channel, we need 1 more member before we are up to 5 members for the channel, and I can have more emojis unlocked for the members. So and do like the stream, by the way, if you haven't. That does really help me. So the deadline is finally over. No crashes this time, guys. Pretty happy. Now let's see if I can go to Twitter and somebody like Rockstar. The thing is, guys, when I go to Twitter and I see the teams of people like, like Tom Stephenson, who's like FPL Badgers, who's Hall of Fame all-time great. It's made the same move like Ramsdale to De Gea, and he's captaining Son as well. I just, just helps me confirm my own thought process as well. All these great managers. So on Twitter, he's made the same moves. In week 20, Sue. This is everybody's just kinda. It's a nice bit of carnage in the morning. Always love. So we don't have any more news. This is not a pre-match press conference. Questions? Oh no, nothing. Chilwell will require an ACL. We already know about the Chilwell ACL. So nothing, no more news, anyways. So we don't need any news. Let's just talk with you guys now. Are we doing any predictions? Yeah, I've got lots of time today. If you guys want, I can do the predictions, by the way. I rolled a transfer this game week. I'm very happy about that, says Zodiac. That's amazing, bro. In this carnage, you still find ways to, you roll transfers is amazing. Surfer says, Wiz, what's the venue you absolutely love? Not a Liverpool fan, but the atmosphere at Anfield is awesome. Totally. Anfield, especially the Cop End, they sing their hearts out. One more stadium where there's this amazing atmosphere. I think it was, which one was it? Is it Palace? With our atmosphere is always good in that ground, I think. I like the grounds. Absolutely loved Highbury. I love the grounds where like people are right close. The pitch is not that big, and people are sitting right next to the pitch. Especially how the old Highbury used to be. It's just much more intimidating, for the away team. It gives you an advantage when you're playing at home. And if you play against a team like Manchester City, it's better to play them in a kind of tight setting rather than when they make the pitch big. It's just so hard to play with such technical quality players. I just Highbury. Loved Highbury. And Anfield is obviously amazing. I had no Arsenal, no Villa, no Leeds, no Wolves. Well, you're lucky then, Zod. Max says Captain Salah. That is the right decision, Mac. So, guys, I think let's do predictions for today. I have lots of free time today, so no worries here. I remember last stream, I told you all my son is banging on the door and I have to take him out for a play. But today he's not here, so definitely have time for predictions. Let's get to it. So we've got 8 games this game week, and let's start with Palace versus Norwich. Depleted teams, both of them. Tim Krul is absent for Norwich, and a lot of other absentees as well, injuries as well as COVID. Same for Palace. Zaha's red carded, not going to be available. Milivojevic, Conor Gallagher, Gaita, not going to be available, and I think there's a couple of other players as well. So it's going to be a cagey game. I think Palace is going to win 2-0. I think Norwich can score 1 maybe, but I think Crystal Palace will have too much for them to for Norwich to trouble them, especially how they played against Arsenal. Norwich were absolutely bad. Last week I went from 12k to 35k. Wow, Zod, that's horrible, bro. But 35k is a great rank to be in, but look at it as a glass half full, not empty. You'll be more happy with your team then. But I do understand where you're coming from. Todd says a green arrow. Abhijit says 0-0. Nice. 2-0 to Palace, says Aaron. Salah 20 plus points. Come on. I don't have Salah. I can't have more fear of missing out than I already do, guys. So let's not talk about Salah yet. 2-1 to Palace, says Light. Todd says 1-1. Interesting predictions by Abhijit and Todd, who think that there's going to be a draw, which is actually interesting. I personally I think Palace would want to bounce back from that defeat to Spurs, and I think they're going to have too much for Norwich. Especially, I saw Arsenal put 5 goals past Norwich. That's a bit much, I think. They were not looking like a team which wanted to kind of fight and stay up, although Mike Dean has done some good work there. Let's move on. Let's not talk too much about Norwich versus Palace, because we don't have too many players in this game involved anyway. Southampton versus Spurs. Alright, so this game is going to be interesting. Let's see which players actually played for Southampton in the last fixture. I want to see their defense. I already did. Give me a sec. I already did my due diligence, by the way. Just want to check it again. So basically, in the defense for Southampton, they had Redmond, James Ward-Prowse. No, sorry. Redmond, Livramento, Bednarek, Salisu, and Walker-Peters. And they had Fraser Forster back in goal as well. So their defense is not as depleted, but they did concede 2 goals to West Ham United, and the way West Ham United carved them open, it was so easy for them, especially with Jared Bowen, and the Antonio goal came from a corner. So I expect them to concede. Spurs to score, they're gonna have too much for them. The score which I predict for this game is let's predict. I think Southampton will score. Armando Broja especially playing really well for them. James Ward-Prowse, if he gets a free kick, anything could happen. 3-1, I'd say. 3-1. It could be that Spurs win like 3-0 as well, but I think at home Saints do have a little bit of a firepower to trouble Spurs. 3-1, I'd say. Let's go with 3-1. Abhijit says 1-3. Aaron says 3-1. Spurs 2-0. Says Surfrose. Light Race 3-0. Right, I think so. We're all pretty close in our predictions. I think Spurs are going to score 3. And if they do, I really hope Son is involved. I mean, last game Kane scored a goal. Lucas Moura scored a goal. I was like, I've captained Son. I'm sitting here watching the game, and I was watching the Arsenal game, by the way. I was not watching the Spurs game, but I had captain Son, so I was checking Sofa Score, the other apps, and like, come on, Son, do something. At least give an assist. Give me 5 points. I don't have Ronaldo. I captained you, and he did oblige at the end. He scored the goal, and he was taken off immediately after he scored the goal. So I was happy with that. Do you think Ellie will play? I don't. Personally, I think he might come on as a sub. I don't think he will start the game. I think Conte will realize Southampton are a difficult team to play against, especially on this form, when they're attacking and scoring some goals. So I think they would want to play their best team, Spurs, because they're very well rested. They won't have any problem with kind of fatigue or anything like that. So yeah, let's go ahead. Watford versus West Ham. This game is going to be interesting because I see both teams scoring in this game. I don't see a shutout. Watford are an exciting team, especially against Claudio Ranieri. They do score goals, and Dennis, I think, is going to be pumped up, especially after getting the call up for the international games with Nigeria. He's going to AFCON, so I think he's going to be pumped up. And West Ham, I think they're going to bounce back. They lost against Arsenal, they lost against Southampton at home, which was a big loss for them and a big hit for their top four, credentials, Southampton, West Ham. So I think they would want to bounce back. I see a 2-2 draw in this game. Although I think West Ham should realistically win this game, but I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw in this game. You think Gray will play? I think he will. If you mean Demarai Gray in the Everton game, then yes. If you're talking about Andre Gray, then no. Abhijit says 2-2. King will be the king of Vicarage Road. I hope if he scores some goals, then he's assisted by he's assisted by Dennis, because I have Dennis. Lightress says 3-2 to West Ham. That'll be great for my team because I've got Dennis, I've got Bowen, I've got Antonio. So that'll be great for my team, by the way. I hope Dennis scores. I think he will. Dennis has been doing really well for Watford. Unfortunately, he's going off to AFCON, but let's hope he gives us a parting gift, because next game week I'm going to take him out for Brosha and Madison for Saka. But that's for next week. Thank you for subscribing, Paolo Gatti. Thank you so much. Todd says 2-0 to the Hammers. So you're expecting them to keep a clean sheet. Nice one. Abhirup says making Jota captain. Bro, the deadline is past. I hope you already made him captain. Paolo says Kane or Son captain, best choice. Paolo, the deadline is past, bro. Technically, if you ask me, I'd out of these two, I'd captain Kane. But the deadline is past. I hope you set your team, bro. The deadline was like 10 minutes back. It's already past it. Ahmed says 4-3 to West Ham. This scoreline would be an absolute dream for those of us who own Antonio, Bowen, Dennis, King. It would be amazing for us. So hopefully there's lots of goals in this game, That's all I can hope for. Paulo says, yes, I did. Which one did you make your captain, Paulo? Then Kane or Son? Let us know. So the next game, guys, moving on. This is Leicester versus Liverpool, the game which a lot of people like myself who sold Salah last week are really, really scared to watch. I might go to Amazon, order a sofa, even if it doesn't get delivered, I'll have I'll have a peace of mind knowing that I ordered a sofa to hide behind watching this game without Salah, let alone captain, guys. I don't have Salah. He said I captain Kane. That's fine. I like that. Lightress hope it's a goal fest. So in this game, guys, I think Leicester gonna score a goal. I think one goal. Leicester gonna score one goal. Maybe two. Depends on who starts. If Iheanacho plays or not. If Vardy starts or not. Patson Daka. I'm not sure about the Leicester team, by the way, but I think they have something in them to score. Maddison could well potentially get a goal. Liverpool, I expect to score 4 goals in this game. I think 4-1 to Liverpool would be my prediction in this game. Depends on how fresh Liverpool are. Sometimes, having a break can break your momentum. Sometimes it can help you to be more fresh. let's see how Liverpool respond. 4-1 to Liverpool would be my prediction in this game. 4-2 says Abhijit. Nice. Lightrace says 6-2 to Liverpool. I hope not. Honestly, Salah is absolutely gonna kill my rank if that happens. I mean, it's crazy. Ahmed says 5-0 to Liverpool. Ideal score would be 2-0 to Liverpool. Jota scores both the goals, assisted by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Salah gets rested just because he's the Egyptian king. I hope so. Next week I'm thinking of bringing Maddison for Salah. Last 5 games he has. That is Mihir. I like that thought. I am going to bring in Maddison next week as well, but he's gonna be for Saka. So we have the same thought process. I hope it works out. Abhijit says, don't forget the fact that Antonio didn't return when they scored 4 against Villa. Don't remind me, bro. I actually got frustrated. I took Antonio out of the team only for me to bring him back because there are no good striker options. Absolutely horrible situation to be in. If DCL is fit, I might go there in the coming weeks. Todd says 3-1 to Liverpool. That would be fine. Salah to keep quiet would be. For example, guys, I was watching yesterday's Manchester United versus Newcastle match with the only hope that Ronaldo doesn't do much. I had no interest FPL wise except that I was watching for a player to blank. Can you believe that? That's like torturing yourself. It is like sadistic. But anyways, I did sit through the entire game and I was really happy with the outcome because I didn't own Ronaldo and I had a major fear of missing out. But things turned out well, and for the first time this season, I'm in the top 50k, so I'm so happy. Sorry if I said that twice in the stream, but absolutely happy, being closer to the target. Moving on, for the next game, we've got Chelsea versus Brighton. I honestly feel Chelsea are, hanging on by a thread to the number 3 spot, let alone winning the league. I think that's gone now. I think Chelsea don't have, they've been affected so much, especially with the Chilwell injuries, suspensions, Lukaku injury, or COVID stuff. I think it'll be hard for them to win the league now, but even the games they won, for example, against Southampton, they got a penalty right at the death. I think it was against Southampton, right? I might be wrong. Wait a second here. Was against which team was it? No, it wasn't Aston Villa. Sorry guys, I shouldn't be doing this, but I was against Leeds. Yeah, they got a penalty right at the death. Jorginho scored 2 penalties in this game, so I think they've been hanging on a little bit, Chelsea, and I expect Brighton to score in this game, especially if Trossard plays. He was an absolutely great goal against in the last game week he scored against Brentford, and I do expect Brighton to score against Chelsea. But I expect Chelsea to win this game 2-1, I'd say. Top 50k hype. I'm just happy, bro. Nehal says I missed the deadline. Nehal, no, bro. That is horrible, bro. Oh, he says last week the website crashed and this week I missed the deadline. That is, for a player like Nehal, who takes the game so seriously that he is always well informed as to what's going on in the community and in general in the FPL world, for him to miss the deadline and for him to kind of be on the bad side of luck last week, it's absolutely horrible. I do feel for you, bro. My commiserations, but hopefully you can bounce back, and hopefully you have the right players in your team to kind of help you survive through these games. Abhijit says 2-1 to Chelsea. Abhijit says, I'm a Madrid fan. I watch Premier League mostly because it's more fun and because of FPL. Abhijit, I agree with you. I mean, in India, when they broadcast La Liga, it just never seems that attractive. Maybe it's the difference in the cameras, maybe it's the weather. I don't know. The grass just seems greener in England. It's just beautiful. The Premier League grounds, the atmosphere. I just absolutely love the Premier League. And long may it last. All the haters and all the Super League stuff, may it remain away from our lives. Anyways, Abhijit says 2-1 to Chelsea. Interesting. So you agree with me that you expect them to score as well. Nice. Nahal says 1-0 to Chelsea. Mihir says, should James be sold? Very low point return for such a high price. The thing is, James has a double game week, and after that I'm going to sell him, but I'm going to just stick with James until then. He has a high ceiling. The problem is, last game week, what happened was, who got injured? I think one of their players got injured, and James was actually moved to right centre back. First, he scored a fantastic banger of an own goal header, and then he was moved to right centre back rather than a right wing back. It was like a blow for all the Reece James owners, but what can be done? Lightra is looking on the positive side. He says, Nahal, you've got 2 free transfers next week. Well, that's good. Glass half full, bro. You're gonna be all right, Nahal. We're gonna definitely hope for the best and make sure that it's all right. Nahal says, the website crash put me off FPL. Had my free hit for the last week. It did not go through. Instead, got a -8, which I could not reverse. I do understand, Nahal, and it's not just you. People like Adam Hopcroft, people like Andy, there's so many different accounts. I can tell you that they actually got burnt by the crash, and some got the rub of the green, some did not. But these things, I don't know what can be done, what can be said about these things, except that just keep at it, bro. Just let us know and let me know what we can do to keep you interested. would love to help you. By the way, guys, for all the members and all the moderators of this channel, I'm going to be making a private Twitter group, and I'll post it, or I'll let you know about. Just send me a message on Twitter, so you can join it. So that'll be for all the moderators of the channel and for all the members as well. So, just send me a message and I'll make you a part of the group. If you want more interaction, I'll definitely be available in the group on Twitter, so you can ask me questions even when I'm not deadline streaming. I want to be available for you to kind of send me a message, chat, and to be able to talk. So, and I want all of the members and all the moderators, everybody, to be connected to each other. So, not talking too much about that. So guys, let's move on with the predictions. We've got 3 games left. We detoured a little bit, but we got there in the end. Brentford, Manchester City. I expect City to win this 3-0. I think City will take a foot off the gas. There's 2 days since the last game. Also, they wouldn't want to kind of stretch it too much. I think if they score early, a couple of goals early in the game, they'll just take their foot off the gas and just play around and keep possession and stuff. 3-0 to City would be my prediction. If you think they're going to be 7-0, 8-0, I don't think that's going to be the case against Brentford. I think 3-0 to City, maybe even Brentford, Tony getting a goal off the bench. He's on my bench, by the way. But Tony getting a goal is the problem is there's nobody to supply Tony. Mbumo's injured, everybody, I think they're struggling with injuries as well. Janssen is injured as well, I think. So let's see what happens. 3-1 says Abhijit. He says hopefully Bilbao scores. Nahal says 3-1 as well. 4-0 to Manchester City. So nice. Nahal and Abhijit expect Brentford to score 1 goal. That's very interesting. Thomas Frank will set them up well, especially at home. I think they've got a very good crowd. They've got a very good home support, and they're gonna try. They're gonna try. That's all they can do against Manchester City. City will play a second string team today. I don't think so, Mihir. Second string team. If you say that they're gonna play like somebody like Palmer, it could be very well the case. But they have players who've been well rested. Players like Zinchenko not played that much. Grealish, Foden, punishment stuff. Gabriel Jesus hasn't played for a couple of weeks. Raheem Sterling has not played for the entire season. They've got fresh players. I mean, KDB is just coming back from an injury. Kyle Walker been out. So I think City has a relatively fresh team, and they should be fine. I'd say. So. This game City should win easily. Everton versus Newcastle. Now, this is a game which might be postponed if Newcastle have more injuries or they have more COVID-related problems, because yesterday Eddie Howe said we're down to bare bones. We're on the threshold of having no more players. They had to put 2 goalkeepers on their bench. That is the state of this Newcastle team at the moment. A couple of more injuries, couple of more COVID cases, and this game's gonna get postponed, which is one reason I did not think about people like Demarai Gray, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Pickford. I just went with the safe options. So, but if this game goes ahead, I expect this to be a win for Everton, 2-1 win. The really good display by Newcastle against Manchester United has made me think that they want to play for the manager. They want to stay up, Newcastle. So 2-1 to Everton, let's say. Nihal says even their second string team is better than the first team of the half of the league. Agree with that as well. Postponed. 1-1 Everton Newcastle. Yep. Lightra says Newcastle are trying to get it postponed. They might as well. I mean, Callum Wilson is injured. Alan St. Maxima is injured. Fabian Schär was holding on to his hamstring. They've just absolutely hit so bad with injuries. They didn't have midfielders yesterday. Practically, they just had Jonjo Shelvey and Longstaff playing in the midfield. And Joe Linton. They had to play Joe Linton there. I don't know what's going on there. 2-1 to Everton. So Lightrace kind of agrees with me. Nice. So let's get to the last prediction of the day, guys. It's United versus Burnley. So this game, I'm not sure how Burnley are faring at the moment. I haven't seen them play for a long time. How long have they not played? Yeah, they haven't played in a couple of 3 game weeks. How long haven't they played? Burnley. Where's Burnley? So Burnley played in game week 16. They didn't play in 17, right? Yeah, they didn't play in 17. They did not play in 18. They did not play in 19. So it's been a while since I saw Burnley play. That's exactly what the reason. I can't. My mind doesn't know how they play at the moment. But I did see Manchester United play, and they were not that impressive. I can tell you that much. The Gegenpress and all the hype surrounding the new manager Ragnick yesterday was horrible. I mean, Newcastle were disappointed they did not win that game. In the end, they should have won. Alan St. Maxim had a chance to win that game. Murphy hit the post. De Gea made a great save from Almiron. I don't know how Newcastle did not win that game, by the way. Cavani is just notched a goal for them, but this game I expect United to win. I expect them to win 2 or 3-0. I don't think Burnley is going to be able to score. It depends on how United play, to be honest with you. Nihal says 1-0 to MUFC. Abhijit says 3-0. Mihir says, I just hope United plays well. Sick of watching Fred every week. Well, Fred was actually one of the better players under Ragnick for the first 2-3 games. He won the game against Palace. He played so well. I mean, he was scoring goals, winning goals. He was doing so well. Just one game and, I don't know. Just Ronaldo shouting at him and he takes him off. I don't know. Fred was absolutely amazing for the first 2-3 games under Ragnick. I can tell you that much. Lighter says, I'm a United fan. I don't know what team will show up so unpredictable. Well, if the United fans don't know, I guess I will never know, but I can just try and predict. The score would be 2-0 in my opinion, because I own De Gea and I want them to keep a clean sheet, so I will not say that Burnley is going to score, even if they do. 2-1 to United, says Light Race. Nail says McFred needs to be replaced. I mean, honestly, Van de Beek has been wasted at United, guys. I mean, he's a good player. Exactly not the same type of player as Fred is, but I mean, he's absolutely been wasted on the bench of Manchester United. Abhijit says the team Ralph's playing does not support his. If you play Ronaldo up front, you can't expect him to run and press. Mihir says he's not consistent. McFred, I agree with you, but he's good. You can scapegoat one player. If you saw yesterday, Rashford, what did he do? I mean, it's absolutely. See, I don't want to be pinpointing at players, especially if I don't support that team. People might think that I'm just nitpicking, but I watched that entire game. Rashford was not good at all. Bruno Fernandes, he tried everything. I mean, some things come off, some things don't. He's just an adventurous player. He tried so much for the team, Bruno Fernandes. I don't know. What Alex Telles did not have a good game yesterday. Ronaldo didn't have a good game yesterday. You know, in midfield, Joe Linton did not lose headers. He was just winning all the headers, winning all the second balls. Joe Linton, a striker, 40 million striker, Newcastle bought him. Anyways, guys, let's not get into too much details about the game. We all watched the game, anyways. Not just Fred, also Scott. Scott McTominay was totally suffering. You know, especially against Joe Linton. He was fouling him. He was, heckling him all the time, and it seemed to work. Nihal says Ronaldo was off the pace. Rashford seems so off it. Rashford, if you saw him shoot with his left foot, he was like 20 yards away from goal. It's absolutely horrible. But anyways, guys, let's see what happens. Let's see if Ralph Ragnick can pick the team up again and make them ready in the next 48 hours for the Burnley game. That'll be interesting. That'll show you the qualities that the manager possesses. It would have been amazing if United would have got Antonio Conte. I'm telling you now, guys. He's just a fabulous manager, Conte. I never will know why United never went for Conte. I am happy, that United did not, because they would become absolutely a crazy team with Conte. But next season they're possibly gonna get somebody like Pochettino, and who knows which manager they're gonna get. Nehal says we are lucky to have Ronaldo for the Burnley game. It was a red. It could have been very well. I mean, I'm not sure if it was in the orange category for me. They made a bad tackle on Fraser. He tried to kick him. It was looking like he was going for the ball, but he actually kicked Fraser. So hopefully it was in the orange category for me. So let's see what happens. Spurs surely won El Sakiko. They did. They did. Absolutely did. Both clubs had their managers sacked. United got Ragnick. Spurs got Conte. Hope Cavani and Green were up front. Yep. Let's hope for the best. So guys, not taking too long now. I think we had a pretty healthy stream today. More than 1.5 hours. I hope you had fun, by the way. You can have a look at my final team if you haven't already. So on this note, I'd like to bring the stream to an end. And if you are a moderator of this channel or a member of this channel, please do send me a message on Twitter, and tonight I'll set up a private group where we can all talk, chat, and just discuss about FPL a little bit more, guys. And on this note, we come to an end of team news breaking. Says Light Rays. Oh, all right, all right. I know you want me to stay here for the team news. I will. As I said, my son is out today with his mom, so I can definitely take 5 to 10 minutes for the team news. Nothing much to do. All right. So Crystal Palace. No, this is not the lineup, is it? How is Gaita starting on SofaScore? I don't think they've updated it. But Gay Anderson. I think this is just a predicted team, right? Not the actual team. Let me go on Twitter. Let's not go on SofaScore. Give me a second. Bowen starts. So Jared Bowen starts. Guys, Jared Bowen starts. Who else? Shane Long starts for Southampton. What does this mean? Does this mean Brosha is not starting? So Antonio starts, guys. Jared Bowen starts. Johnson starts as well. Interesting. Hang on, let me. A wild Gaita has appeared. He says Gaita starts. What? Gaita starts. Crazy. And all these journalists running there. Anyways. But Conor Gallagher doesn't start, so some of the rumors were true. So Gaita is back. Give me a second, I'm reading the team news for you guys. It's opening, it's just so slow. Somehow this tweet is taking ages to open. Gaita, Ward, Gehi, Anderson, Mitchell, Kuate, Hughes. Lup. Sorry, the team news is actually loading so slow. Ayu, Mateta. Whoa, Mateta starting. Edward. So no Gallagher on the bench. Butland on the bench. Matthews. So the main news is just Gallagher is not starting and Gaita is. So anybody who owns Gaita, rejoice, guys. Gaita is starting. Mihir says, nice stream. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. King starts, says, no Mura. See, there you go. It's just absolutely horrible. Gaita starts as well. Rumors can get in the bin, says FPL Salah. Alright, now I've got the news. So Jordan's, Ayu, Odson, Odiard, Edward, Mateta, Schlupp, Kuate, Will Hughes. So basically Gaita starts, that's it. For Norwich, no Pookie. What? Where's Pookie here? What, guys? Why can't I see Pookie in the Norwich team? So many people own Pookie, actually. Is this Zolis, Adam, Ida, and Plachetta starts? Pookie is not starting. That's insane. I don't know what's gonna happen. What happened to all the GIFs? Pookie party GIFs on Twitter. Son starts, says Nehal. I'm lucky that Emerson Royale starts. No Livramento. Whoa. Hang on, let me go to the Southampton team now. So basically, Southampton, Kyle Walker-Peters, Jan Valery comes back. No Livramento, guys. Adam Armstrong and Shane Long starting. No Brosha. No Brosha, guys. Crazy, right? He's on the bench, by the way. So he's fit. It's not like he's not fit. He's on the bench. Ibrahima Diallo starts. Romain Perrault. Romain Perrault starting on the wing? What's happening here? They're starting Kyle Walker-Peters, Jan Valery and Romain Perrault. So means Jan Valery and Kyle Walker-Peters are the fullbacks. So Romain Perrault, who was originally bought as a left back, he starts on the left wing. Stuart Armstrong starts, James Ward-Prowse, Fraser Foster, Mohamed Salisu. So the big news is Jan Valery. Livramento benched. Harry Kane, Son, Dele Alli starts, guys. Emerson Royal, Reguilon starts for anybody who wants to know. Lloris, Højbjerg, Harry Winks, Sanchez, Eric Dyer, Ben Davies is back after his absence. So Kane and Son up front, according to the formation, is 3-4-1-2. Son playing as a second striker again. Let's talk. Let me see the comments. Brosha on the bench. Livra not in the squad. Not on the bench. Yeah, Livramento is not even on the bench. My Nehal says down to 9. Wow, dang, crazy. Saints playing with the back 3 and Spurs playing with the front 2. Could be real carnage. Could be a real carnage. At least I have 2 free transfers next week, says me here. Yep, that you do. Let's talk about the Watford versus West Ham. So Emmanuel Dennis starts, Josh King starts, Sissoko, Femenia, Adam Messina, Cathcart, Daniel Bachmann, obviously. Ben Foster is not on the bench. Yeah. So nothing to worry about Watford. In West Ham, Antonio starts, Benrahma starts, Lanzini, Bones, Soucek, Noble starts, by the way, guys. There's no Declan Rice here. Yeah, no Declan Rice here. So Mark Noble comes back. Sofal, Craig Dawson, Diop, Ben Johnson. No Angelo Ogbonna here then. He's injured, obviously. He's injured. Yeah, there's no surprises about the West Ham team, essentially, and the Watford. So that's all. Lighter says Liverpool Saints playing a back 3. Yeah, Salisu, Bednarek, and Perrault. Oh, so the sofa score is showing the wrong kind of formation for Southampton, right? Southampton are playing with the back 3 of Perrault. Perrault is a left centre back. Jan Bednarek, Salisu, and Valery and Kyle Walker-Peters are going to be on the wing backs. Diallo and Ward-Prowse as midfielders. Armstrong and Shane Long as I think that makes sense. 3-5-2. It's a 3-5-2 for Southampton. That makes more sense to me, at least. Ali starts. Yeah, who knows? Again, everybody who asked me about Lucas Moura, I told you he's good option, but the problem is not sure if he's nailed on. I said it like so many times. The problem is it's a recency bias. He scored a goal, he scored 2 assists. It's always a recency bias. I always told you Son is nailed on. Lucas Moura is not. There's so many questions about Lucas Moura today. I tried to tell them, in my opinion, that I cannot say that he's nailed on as compared to Son and Kane, who are, and even Reguilon is maybe even Sessegnon comes back. Who knows what's gonna happen? But anyways, guys, so I stayed for the team news. I think it's time for me to head off now, and just make myself a good cup of tea and get ready for the games. If you want to interact more with me, I'm always going to be on Twitter during the games, trying to post my reactions to any incidents that happen in the games that I watch. So if you want to interact with me, at the rate WizFPL on Twitter. We've got a free Discord channel to join if you're interested in that. So on this note, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream. Thank you so much for joining the stream and staying here with me for such a long time. And I really, really appreciate all of you guys. So stay safe, have a great game week, and may the arrows be green, guys. I'll see you very soon for another deadline stream. Till then, take care of yourselves and stay happy, guys. FPL is gonna be with us, and I'm gonna be with you. See you. Bye bye.